Hello and welcome to Choice Coaching's third video. Today I'm going to explore the question, when and why do people pay for coaching? To start off with, what do they pay? Well, people can spend from hundreds of pounds to hundreds of thousands of pounds a year on coaching as investments in personal development. The reality is, for most of us, getting coached is not a matter of affordability. There are many coaches out there who focus on different segments of the population, and they design the pricing packages accordingly, so you can always find coaches that you can afford. It is ultimately about how much you want the service. We're all familiar with how our perceived needs and wants have evolved. In the last few decades, many people in the developed world have come from seeing their lives' needs as no more than the basics to things like smartphones, frequent holidays abroad, good meals out, beautiful clothes. In a few years, things that were once seen as only for the few have become mainstream. Think of the demand for organic foods, personal trainers, or spiritual retreats. This is not necessarily because people's affordability has changed that much in a few years. Rather, it's because they now want these things more. Those who invest in personal development are not necessarily people with more spare cash. They simply appreciate the value of learning from programs such as coaching enough to trade off other ones in their lives for. If you think of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, at the top of the pyramid is self-actualization. So transformational coaching, which takes people to fulfillment, should be desirable to everyone. That takes me to my second point, that getting coached is a matter of readiness. Most people seek coaching when they feel stuck in their life and they struggle to deal with their situations by themselves. Or people come to coaching wanting to get to their dreams, but feeling the need for support along the way. Admittedly, without a burning desire for change, an average person would not look for a coach. Someone mentioned to me about the perceived difficulty in buying something virtual with no official recognition. Indeed, if you enroll on a course for a few months, even if you feel you've learned nothing or you've forgotten all that you learned, I suppose you can still feel good having a certificate in your possession. With coaching, you commit and you don't have an extra accolade to adorn your wall of achievements with. However, you invest in coaching because the value of coaching is not just in the hours spent with a coach. It is in the possibilities you would not see, the opportunities you would not seek, and the drive for life you would not have without it. In fact, this value can pay out over the months and years after coaching. Once you've been shifted at the deepest level, you simply don't go back. Let me give you two hypothetical examples. If you are a CEO who, thanks to coaching, makes a decision that generates millions of pounds in returns, having paid a few £1,000s for a coach seems like a bargain. If you are perpetually unsatisfied with life, it could be the case of spending a few £100s on coaching to feel happier, thus removing the need for retail therapy, which costs thousands of pounds year after year. Someone else said to me that why is it that the industry, this coaching industry, which is over 20 years old, has not been disrupted by a different model where coaching is commoditized and marketed as at a much lower price? Well, there is plenty of pro bono coaching out there, but apart from the need for professional coaches to make a living and invest in our own professional and personal development, I am of the belief that making coaching something people have to consider financially is part of the design. A client needs to feel that they're making a serious commitment to their change process in order to go all out and make it work. And the commitment is not just in financial terms, it will also be in time, effort, and emotional energy. In addition, coaching is not homogeneous like a commodity. And this is not just about the quality of coaching. It is about the unique connection between a coach and his or her coachee. While pricing is a factor in anyone's decision for a coach, The right coach is often more important than the right price. At the time of making this video, it is still much easier for an average person to spend money on a massage that makes him or her feel good for 1 or 2 days than spending the same amount on a coaching session, which could change their lives for weeks, months, and years to come. That will change, I believe, but not overnight. So for now, thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.